Hello, Aqua here again. Welcome to episode 44 of my Ultimate Feed the Beast Let's Play. Now, last time we finished with the cow spawner thing, which has changed considerably. Just before we do that though, I've got a couple of things in my bag that I've not combined yet, that I was waiting for you guys. Oops, what the hell am I doing? I want to be in there, and I want potato and my portal gun. I mentioned doing this last time. I made this little potato bit off camera. Just a couple of vanilla redstone repeaters, redstone torches, a jukebox. All pretty simple stuff. I had a potato in my organics chest. Now what we can do, we can combine them two together, and it makes a portal gun, the default portal gun, into a potato gun. This guy talks, but I have my sound really low, so you probably can't hear him. But you probably heard him talk before if you've used one of these. So this gives us a different colour. Jesus, that's loud. And yeah, that guy talks. Yeah, I just wanted to show you.
Where are we? How long have I been out?
Yeah, pretty cool. I have no idea what he says because my sound's normally that low. I can never hear what he's saying. I might turn that back on sometime. So there's the upgraded portal gun. Now, if you play on a server, I think the default portal gun is shared portals. I may have to check this. I may be giving some misinformation here. I think the default portal gun, it's a shared portal. So if you and a friend both had the default portal gun and you cancel, he had portals up, you press the cancel button to cancel his as well, I think. Whereas I think the higher level portal guns, they're unique to you. So if you and a friend both had a potato gun, then your portals will be separate to his. So it's good when you're on a server to upgrade. And yeah, I thought I'd mention that. So for now we can stick that back in there because I keep making portals by mistake, because that's where my sword used to be. And we can go look at the spawner. Now this is completely different so what it was when you left. So what I've done is I've got rid of all the cow spawner and stuff. I've created a glass cage, and I've created some more cages because I couldn't put all my spawners up here. I don't really need any materials from my spawners at the minute. Let's have a look up here first. If we look in there, I've only got 280 blaze rods, so I can bring a blaze spawner up here. I want to 13k ender pearls because I had that running most of yesterday. I actually turned the server off when I went to bed last night, so that's just from yesterday day. And we'll see the enchanted books that's created in just a moment. What else do we get from spawners? 38,000 gunpowder still, so we don't need creepers. Leather. We've only got a bit of leather. Let's put cow on. We've got 5,000 zombie brains, so I don't need the angry zombie on. 6,000 bones, so we're pretty good for materials at the minute. So I'm only really turning the spawner on just to get enchanted books. So how I've set this up. Now, I've changed this around a little bit. It was set up using pipes and stuff, piping. I had the auto-enchanting thing over here. And I had one endy tesseract. But I decided I've got plenty of materials now, so I'm going to do it all off tesseracts and no pipes. I say no pipes. Just looks a bit tidier and lets me access the mob grinder if I have a pipe there rather than the liquid tesseract right from the back. But I've got an endy tesseract sat under there, powering that. Item tesseract sending the ender pearls into the ME network. And liquid tesseract sending the essence. So I've created a new channel essence, new frequency should I say. That's sending the essence over here where I place the auto enchanter. So the auto enchanter's got liquid tesseract on the back with essence feeding that in, receive only, and endy tesseract underneath. And as I said I was going to do, I think I showed this, yeah I did, this was in the last episode. I've got a separate endy tesseract called farms, so that's the output. So all these will be receiving off the farms channel. What that does is, I suppose I should turn it on. Turn that on. You see it spawns a hell of a lot of them, and there's one of these can't quite keep up. I did have 5 here, but that was overkill as well. So I suppose they're quite cheap to make. It takes a little bit of different piping and needs some energy conduit and stuff, but 3 on the front of there probably do better. But that keeps it running all the time. If you look there, it keeps taking a bit of energy, so it's gradually going to it's not getting enough energy to keep going as fast as it can. It's gradually going to run out there, and then it's going to be waiting on energy each time. That's good enough. I suppose that's taking energy as quick as it can get it, because I'm pretty sure we had that on a full output of 100. We did. So that's using quite a bit of energy, I'm guessing, per operation. I've got a couple of things to say about the size of the cages as well. Something I didn't know that I learnt yesterday. I'll get to that in a minute. You see there, that's every time it gets enough energy, it's killing another enderman. So that's pretty rapid. And what that's doing is filling this essence up here. Now if you don't have a book in there, it'll fill this tank up, but whenever there's a book, it'll start working towards enchanting the item there. So that's why we never see any essence in here. If I was to take all the books out of there, I think I showed that was there in the last episode. I think the relay is just forcing books into the top slot, so whenever it enchants a book, it puts a fresh book in. The autarkic gate and wooden pipe here, I just put in the items into the chest, so that's just on all the time. And this is what we've got. So now we've got all these. Now that one I got from a villager, so ignore that one, but all the rest of these are from the auto enchanter. So if you have a look through what we've got, now you'll see something weird. Some of these, they've got more than one enchant on them, but as far as I can tell, most of the time, not all the time, but most of the time, they're enchants that don't go on the same type of item. Now, an example of where that's wrong is there. Smite 4 and Disjunction 3 both go on a weapon, a melee weapon. So I don't know which one it would give that. I'm guessing it'd probably give the Smite. We can actually go and check. And then, but if you look at that, Power and Punch both go on a bow. And it's like there, for example, Haste goes on armour, Sharpness goes on weapons, Thorns goes on armour. So slightly different. Silk Touch obviously goes on tools. I could probably Silk Touch some shears actually, so I can get some cobwebs when I make my Thaumcraft tower. Power, Infinity both go on a bow. Bane of Arthropods goes on melee weapons. So I don't know which one gets precedence. Probably the first one. So what we can do is just to test that theory out. I've got some weapons in here, I think. I haven't found him sword. Let's quickly go to our anvil, which is through the hub, and we'll check that out. So I should probably need an anvil at my house now as well. Look at that, they've changed colour. Is that just a lighting issue? They're sandstone blocks, I believe. Sandstone half slabs. Is that because I've turned smooth lighting off, maybe? So this setup is quite useful, but I think I can put all these into the basement of the house now and do it that way. Anyway, let's not dwell on that too much. So weapon, Smite 4 and Disjunction. So yeah, it gives it the smite, so it looks like it gives it the first one when they're going to the same type of item. I don't actually need that at the minute, so for now we've also got, I think, an handful of enchants in here as well. Yeah, we've got quite a few things in there, so we can probably make some quite nice weapons if we need to. And make a nice, I'll take them two wand ones, so I'm going to upgrade my wand. I can put treasure 3 on there, I think, which I believe I have got in the other chest. So, off camera, I'll probably start moving all this into the basement of the house, because that place is a little bit surplus if we change our spawners all to this type. Let's jump down there again. So that's busy working away, and you'll see it's filling this up. Whenever that gets full, we'll get a new enchanted book. So I'll put that back. Oops, that was the one. Yeah, put them back. Okay, charging, potency. They're for wands. So we've got another potency there, so that gets potency 3 if we combine both of them. We've got repair, which is nice. Yeah, some good stuff here. We've got some good stuff. I believe I've got a treasure 3 somewhere. Looting 2, very nice. I could make my looting 2 sword into a looting 3 sword. There we go, treasure 3. So that's also nice. especially for wonder excavation. So we've got some good stuff. I'm going to turn that off for now, because I've got 13,000 ender pearls, and because I'm using this power arm, I'm not actually using much enchanted stuff, to be honest. That can go to efficiency 5, makes it a little bit more efficient. Possibly fortune 3, I'm not sure on that one. But other than that, that can get the treasure. I'm not really using any enchanted stuff. The SARS, and now I've always done this wrong, and I actually found out by accident on the Feed the Beast forums yesterday. It's someone linked to the vanilla spawner page, and it's actually an 8x8. I always thought it was 7x7. So I've always done my block 7x7, leaving a 5x5 inside. But that means the two outer sides, mobs can spawn outside. So when I did have this set up, I had it a 5x5 in the corner there. So the walls and the glass made it 7x7, and I was getting endermen spawning outside the wall there in a space. So I filled all the space up, but instead I've done it like this. So there's actually a double thickness wall there. So if we go into here, I've got a double thickness wall here, which is a bit of a waste of space, but I thought I've got plenty of space. I'll make it look nice and tidy. So what we've got is an 8x8 cube, but we've got double thickness walls along the higher sides. And by high, if you look at the XY coordinates, that way would take us to 0, 0. Well, it's kind of more that way. Yeah, more that way. That would take us to 0, 0. So this corner's towards 0, 0. So this is where it's of the 8x8, obviously, because the spawner has to be on an odd, so it work better for 7x7. But the 3 side is the side towards 0, 0. And the 4 side is away, so the away side is where I've got the extra thickness of wall, which gives me a 5x5 spawn area. So if these walls were here, the mobs could actually spawn where the walls are, but the walls are blocking that. So the mobs, just make sure I'm being fully clear, the mob could spawn here, because this is in part of the 8x8 square from where the mob spawner is. But because I've got these walls there, that stops the spawning there. So they can only spawn in this 5x5 area, and the ground there covers a 5x5 square in front of it. So that means the ground has got full coverage for any endermen that spawn in this area. So that's why we've done that. So I was building these next ones up. So you see this one, I've already put in the extra walls. So there's a double thickness wall there, double thickness wall at the back. And then just to show you what I mean in actual practice. So this wall I'd want double, like so. Let's quickly do this without wasting too much time. Oops. And there. And then this back wall wants to be thick, too thick as well. Like so. And that leaves us the perfect 5x5 spawn area. That will contain everything that spawns. And give us, so all I need to do is put a grinder there, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That grinder gives us full coverage for there, and the same 1, 2. So that one will give us full coverage in there, and so on. So that's what we need to do now, is bring all the other stuff, all the other spawners up here, and so you can see how I've done the control as well. See, there's a block missing underneath. Let me in. There's a block missing underneath there, and you can just see the receiver is pointing up at the spawner, and then in the wall here, I've just got, there you go, there's a transmitter, and it transmits through that block. So the lever there turns it on and off, causes things to spawn. Excellent. So nice tidy little system, courtesy of mostly minefactory reloaded, a little bit of a chicken bones wireless redstone in there, and of course soul shards. And let's not forget to mention thermal expansion, the awesome tesseracts. That, say, not exactly needed. I could just have this all. I could have this tube going there, tube. What I mean about liquid ducts, run along the back of all these once I've got them all in, and then piping the liquid straight to there. But I thought I've got enough materials. I'll use tesseracts. So yeah, that's that bit covered. That's all I really want to cover with that. I was going to make another spawn cage just to show you one being made, but I think you get the general gist. There's no need to actually throw anything together. So all you really need there from minefactory is just literally just the grinder, which I'll show you the recipe again, just for clarity. Grinder, real simple, gold sword, piston, buck, and some of the plastic sheets and machine blocks that go into all the manufactory stuff. And the only thing, other manufacturing thing you need is the auto-enchanter. Auto-enchanter, which takes 3 books, a couple of diamonds, and then the usual manufactory stuff. Oh, very nice. Gets us a big collection of enchants, and that will be that hard to set up earlier on in the server life. There's not the materials I've used there are not that expensive, especially once you've got a enderman spawner. That gives you the ender pearls for the tesseracts, which I guess is the most important, the most expensive thing in this. And of course, if using this glass, it takes iron, but if you've got ender pearls, you can use a medium stone to turn your ender pearls into iron. So that's all good. Now, what did I want to do next? I did have a plan for what I want to do next. I'm not quite ready to get into an MFFS yet. I think I'm not going to actually do a full... I was thinking of doing one that surrounded the full base, but I think I'm just going to make a cage down in the basement to fight withers. Now, I was looking at Zycraft blocks. If you look at all the Zycraft stuff, let's do it like that. You see, we've got these normal bricks that we've been using, like the type of bricks that are on the roof and that. But then there's upgraded ones, and they upgrade all the way to a thing called a shield. And the shield, there we go. The shield takes plates, so you have to make plates first, and the plates take bricks, I think. So the plates take obsidian, some bricks, and some smooth stone. So like a bit of an upgraded normal brick. And then the shields take the plates and plenty of iron. And what they are, they're explosion proof. So I don't know if they'd contain a wither. So I was thinking of doing it that way, but I think because MFFS was a request, I'm going to do a MFFS cage, just a manual one, no computer control or anything, just a pretty simple one, and get onto this other stuff. That's what I wanted to show you. There's a comment from someone whose name I've forgotten, asking why I'm using the solar panel recipe that I'm using, and it's because when I first noticed the advanced solars back in previous servers, a few servers ago, I guess. I kind of weighed up the price. There's 2 variants for making a ultimate hybrid solar. So let's have a look at that. There's 2 variants here. We've got one that takes 8 hybrid solars around an advanced circuit, and one that takes only 1 advanced solar. So that, yes, you skip having to make the hybrids, and you just have to make this one thing. Now, the reason why I've always used this one is because I've used the hybrid solars, the power gain from the hybrid solars as I've been making it. But now we've not actually got any, we're not actually using it, so I could make from scratch, which means it's probably going to be a lot cheaper to use the alternate recipe there. Now, and the other thing was, if you look at these, each hybrid solar, if you look at the recipe for them, takes this enriched sonarium, which is 6 UU matter, as we know. So it's 6, 12, 18, 24, 30, 36, 42, 48. So 48 UU matter needed for one of these. That was before. Now, and of course, 2 iridium plates. So 16 iridium plates. That was before the advanced recipe changed. Now the advanced recipe now of course has this iridium reinforced plate, so we need 8 advanced for each one of them. So that adds on another 16 UU matter and another 8 iridium. Whereas this, we need 1 advanced. These take a bit more of the actual iridium to start with. So there you go. You need 8 on them. Sorry, a bit more UU matter. You need 6 there, and then you need 6 for each of these. So that's 6, 12, 18, 24, 30. So you need, for both of them, you need 60 UU matter, whereas that used to be 48, but now that's 72. So that's actually using more UU matter. And you need 8. You need 2 of them, so you need 16 iridium, which is actually the same as that. But now because of the advanced upgrade, you also need 8 iridium for that, whereas you only need 1 advanced, so you need 1 iridium for that. So that's actually cheaper on iridium and UU matter now, using that. So I'm going to set up a fresh pattern to use that one. So if we look at our patterns in here, we've got all our things there. So we still need 1 solar. We still need to make that into 1 advanced. Now we can skip the hybrid and we can take this pattern out because that asks for hybrids. So what I'm doing is I'm going to pop that one out there, and I'm going to keep that in a chest just in case things change. Oops, didn't mean to do that. And no, I don't have to put that in a chest. Let's not do that at all. I'll blank that pattern. So that's a blank pattern now. But now we need to actually make the things. We need to make patterns for these things that we don't have. So I've got a pattern for lapis lazuli block, I think. No, I've not. That'd mean you my compressor. You are. Yeah. So I need a. Right. Let's do this. I don't know if this. I've done quite a lot of these pattern making on camera. So if it's getting a bit tedious, let me know and I won't do it again. First of all, I didn't need to do that. I just needed 1 of them. Well, so I need to put 9 of them in a square, and I've cocked up because I need an actual lapis block, which I think I had one. Maybe I didn't. If I had one, it'd be in there. No, I didn't. Okay, so I need to actually make 1 lapis block. Let's start with that. And so I need 1 lapis. Yeah, if this is getting a bit tedious doing all this on camera, let me know and I won't do any more. I just there we go. Oops. Let's get all them out. So we're going to need all them. So lapis block is made from 9 lapis in code, and that wants to be in the ME interface above our compressor, because that's how we make lapis blocks. So there's the first bit done, so they can go back. And then coal chunks. This is how you make diamonds out of coal, by the way. So I'm going to need a couple of patterns here. There's a couple of intermediate bits. So first of all, I need coal dust around flint. Now I can make coal dust. That pattern's in there. That's good. So if we haven't got any coal dust, we probably won't have any. We need 1 coal dust. Coal dust. Is that you there? Yep. Let's get 1 coal dust, and we want 1 bit of flint. And there's our bit of coal dust. So our first pattern we need, is just a craft pattern. And that's 8 coal dust around a bit of flint. That gets us a pattern for that thing. In code. Now that then needs compressing. So I need to make 1 of them in a second. So whenever they get made, so that can go in there. And then let's make 1 of them. So that'll be down the bottom somewhere. There it is. Let's craft ourselves 1 of them. That's going to get spat in there, so I'll be able to grab it out of there a bit quicker. There we go. And then this wants putting into the compressor. So whenever we make 1 of them, it's just going to get instantly compressed into a little coal square thing, whatever they're called. 1 of them, compressed cobalt. Excellent. So now they can go back, and we need a bit of obsidian. And now we need another pattern with 1 obsidian. 8 of them round. That gets us that thing. In code. Now, if we wanted to make diamonds, we'd want to make one of these and tell that to go to the compressor as well. But we don't want to make diamonds at the minute. We can at some point. I think I'm going to do the diamonds as a craft pattern rather than... Yeah, I am. So... Oh yeah, so actually we've got an option there. What's missing from there? Oh, it's the solar panel, of course it is. So that goes in there, so we've got that now. And then... Yeah, let's do that. Let's make one of them. So we want two options with this. We want a craft option for diamonds. So we need one of them. Let's sorry, put them back. Let's do this a bit smarter. Let's do it like that. Let's craft ourselves one of them, because we're going to need one for the solar panel. So let's see what else we need. Right, I'm going to make the, just so this doesn't get too boring, I'm going to make the patterns for these two. So I'm going to build the patterns for them two up, put them into the machine, let me be right back. Okay, so I'm back, and the first thing I did wrong there, well, the mistake, I made a little mistake there. The coal ball crafted into a compressed coal ball, I put the coal ball into there. That don't want to be in there, that actually needs to be a craft pattern. So that actually needs to be a craft pattern, it needs to be in the interface for the other compressor. And I also added a diamond one on there, which is just one coal chunk. Becomes one diamond. Now, coal chunks just come from a crafting pattern, so we'd actually have to compress the coal chunks to get coal chunks. So you see I've added coal chunk there, the cenarium alloy, which is one cenarium with 8 iridium plate around it, and then the enriched cenarium alloy, which is one cenarium alloy with 4 enriched cenarium around it. And of course we've got the cenarium and the enriched cenarium from previously. So that gives us them 3 bits. Now all we need to do is make an advanced solar panel. So I want an advanced solar, which is that. Craft one of them. Let's find that. Where are you? So what's that waiting on? Looks like it's making some advanced alloy, possibly. Let's have a look what we're waiting on. There we go, you can see it's making the carbon plates. So I guess this is always going to be as slow as the slowest crafting bit is. So putting all that together, there we go, so that should be made now. So let's do that using the search again. We've got advanced solar panel, and now we can make our final, oops, now we can make our final pattern here, which I believe is like that, and fool, like that, and I'm missing something. What am I missing? Lapis, coal chunk, advanced, rich cenarium, lapis, coal chunk, advanced. Aha! So I'm missing. I haven't actually made the enriched cenarium. That can go back in there. Go find our enriched cenarium pattern. There it is. Make one of them. That's processing some uranium at the minute. I have to wait for that to happen. Come on. So is that getting compressed at the minute? There's nothing in there. So I guess that was getting compressed. No, it's been done in enriched cenarium. Let's try that again. There. They go there, that goes there, and that goes there. The right place this time. There we go. Ultimate hybrid solar. Cheaper way of doing it. And now all we need to do is stick this in our assembler. In the gap we had left there. So now we should just make another solar panel considerably cheaper than before. I actually got quite a few. iridium plates. I've got 11 there, look. And I'll show you why. I was messing around actually crafting some. I've set up a different way of crafting it. Don't I had the emerald gate, emerald pipes. What I've done, I made some of these things. These are called item routers from minefactory. And nice bit of kit this. This is simple to make. Redstone repeaters, a chest and the usual stuff. Gets you 8 of them. Now these things, when you place them in the world, you see each side has colours. And whatever goes into them comes out the colour. So you can use these to make a little train of things. So if you look in this top one here, so our interface there has a patterning that says 1 iridium plates, 1 alloy ingot, 8 TNT. So this one here routes the industrial TNT down, which is a black colour, and the iridium alloy to the north, which is the blue colour. You see there on that one, the north blue. And then the ones next to it, they do the opposite. So this one then sends the industrial TNT north, which sends it into the implosion compressor. And this one sends the iridium ingot downwards, which is again into the implosion compressor. So that is controlling our iridium plate manufacture. It's using 3 of them blocks. Very nice. If you look, the top doesn't have a colour, so you can only use 5 sides of this. And if I just place that above me, you'll see that. See, the bottom's black, and they're always facing the same way in the well, so it looks like blue always faces north. It is north, isn't it? Yeah. Blue always faces north, green always faces south, and so on. So they're very nice. That's a lot easier than using the emerald pipes and stuff. Now I've not tested with trying to make more than a stack's worth of TNT in there. So if I make 8, it's 1 stack of TNT. If I make like 16, I'm not sure what's going to happen to the TNT. So I've not had enough iridium nuggets to try that out as yet. But for the sake of seeing this work, we've just made a new pattern to make a what do you call it? Ultimate hybrid. Let's craft one. And see, we've got all the bits there, and it's going to take a while. But we'll come back in a bit, and we should have one of them crafted. What else was I going to do? What else was I going to do? I've showed you the implosion compressor. I've upgraded the recipe on that. I think I'm going to start with just a little bit of prep work for the Farmcraft Tower. I'm going to cut the camera. I'm going to start looking at some MFFS stuff, I think. Because I think we're on top of everything else. I think we're pretty much on top. So yeah, I'm going to cut the camera back in a bit. And I'm back again. And as usual, I've checked the time. And I'm already over 30 minutes. I'm actually going to make this one a bit of a short episode, like I said yesterday. I said it yesterday, and I still, I think, did a 44-minute episode. All our things have gone from in there, so we should have an ultimate solar sat in here for us. Cool. There we go, one ultimate solar hybrid, completely auto-crafted. That was auto-crafted from, it actually auto-crafted the solar panel, the original solar panel for it as well. If we look, I think I've got so I've got no silicon plates left, okay. Yeah, I had 16 silicon plates in there, which is enough for 8 standard solars. So other than the auto-crafting of the silicon plates, the entirety of that ultimate hybrid solar was auto-crafted, which I think is pretty cool. So doing the solar plates will require a second blast furnace, because we'll need the ME interface on the blast furnace. What I can do is pop that on there, and now we've got 9 ultimate solars powering our master fabricator. So at some point I can switch all this stuff across to solar power as well. But for now, we'll keep banging them on there. We can fit 2 more on there, and that's the max you can fit on there with 2 of the adjustables. I suppose I could put another adjustable here, another one there, and then maybe to get another. I don't need to get an extra 2. So at some point we're going to have to start looking at upgrading to the interdimensional, which is why I put it on there. Interdimensional storage, and You may have noticed I put Fusion Reactor on there. Anyway, that's it for this episode. As always, thank you very much for joining me. I hope it was entertaining. I hope this creating patterns and stuff isn't too boring. Like I said, let me know. Thank you very much for joining me. As always, thanks for any likes, subs, favourites and stuff. And I hope you join me next time. Cheers. Bye.